We had I was in school, right? My high school. We had one of the biggest games of our lives going to playoffs. Our coach said, "You guys got to be here together. We're not having nobody showing up late. See, y'all show up to this classroom. We're gonna be here for 3 hours prior to the game. We're gonna go down into the gym and start our process, our pregame routine." He decided to play Sausage Party before the game. Well, all of us. We all in there watching Sausage Party. He didn't know what it was. He was older. He playing Sausage Party. This weird eye music. It started playing. We like looking around like, what? What is this? We lost that game. Why do these music videos look like that? Epstein Files. Video by Taylor Alazia. I feel like the Epstein Files have caused mass destruction in a lot of, I don't know. I saw the first video, the first like 30 seconds of it, and I said, you know what, I should record this. Because for me, I'm knowing, but I'm not fully knowing. And I feel like a lot of the questions we might have might be answering this. If you're ever confused about the Epstein Files, if you are ever thinking, if you like conspiracy, this video right here, you gotta come over here with us. So you're gonna watch it with us right here. Come tap in vlogs on my other channel. Come subscribe. After this, you go look at my vlog channel, my other channel. Without further ado, let's get straight into this video.
She been comment me.
Hi. I think so many of us are still asking ourselves the question of why do they show us what they're doing behind closed doors in movies and in music? Why is it always put right in our faces? Well, we're going to discuss that at the end of today's video. But for now, I want to look at some crazy connections that we have seen with music videos and the Epstein Files. These types of deep dives really get you thinking about how the devil operates. So let's dive in. Number one, let's start off with the Yummy music video by Justin Bieber, as this is the most talked about alleged connection. A big word that was exposed in 2026 was this word pizza. Unfortunately for me, I
remember hearing that for the first time. Cheese pizza. Y'all know what cheese pizza is.
I have known about it for years after it was exposed.
Shout out. No shout out. No shout out, EDB.
What?
No shout out. How do I reverse shout out, EDB?
To me by a friend. The WikiLeaks emails changed how I viewed the world forever. But people began to make this connection with Epstein using the word pizza in the files, plus the phrase yummy yummy, which people said echoed Justin Bieber's chorus. In the video, Bieber sits at an extravagant banquet surrounded by an older, fashionably dressed crowd. All at the same time, unusual food is being served. People connecting it to Epstein say that the setup evokes elites indulging themselves while something disturbing is happening around them.
We gonna have to lock in. I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna have to lock in. Because for me, conspiracies like this, I don't know, it takes for me a second for me to go like, okay, I see what they're saying, I feel it. You know what I mean? Who's watching this and going, yo, that right there, that look like it take a certain brain. I don't have that brain. So I'm gonna hear everything out. I'm gonna look at it. So if y'all see me being a little more silent than usual, it's because conspiracy, like there's certain conspiracy, but conspiracies like this, or theories, I would say, it'd take me a little bit longer to wrap my head around.
One of the most repeated claims is about the contrast between adult diners and child musicians in the background. A specific frame people point to is the young violinist in red, who, in some online breakdowns, is said to later be absent, leaving only the red dress on a chair. A lot of people treat that as a symbol of a child being consumed by the event. Probably the most talked about image is the closing reveal of a childhood photo of Bieber beneath the dessert plate with Yummy. People who connect the video to Epstein interpret that as young Justin being served up, or his innocence being consumed by powerful adults.
Okay, and my question for videos like this and theories like this is, okay, Justin Bieber is doing it. So is he good? Is he crazy? Is he knows what happened to him? He's cool with, like, what's it getting at? Someone please explain it to me. And stop talking to me like I'm stupid. I hear the typing already. Stop talking to me like I'm stupid. I'm asking real questions. Oh my goodness. Is that Iran? I'm in LA. Is that Iran? I'm hearing police choppers right now.
That symbolism is why so many called the video a cry for help. When Yummy came out, Bieber also caught backlash for posting baby photos with the hashtag Yummy, which many people found creepy given the song's sexual meaning. And a lot of fans argued that this is clearly Bieber hinting to all of us that he experienced abuse while in the industry, especially because some behind the scenes footage began to come out that showed him crying.
See, I thought he was being an advocate for it. Like, this happened to me, and you know what I'm saying? I didn't know he was like exposing what. That was a theory. I thought the theory was like, oh, they're just playing in our faces again.
During production.
Really appreciate everyone's patience, guys.
And also because later comments from his docu-series about wanting to protect Billie Eilish resurfaced.
Did you feel protective of her?
Yeah, I definitely feel protective of her. It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn. I just wanted to protect her, you know? I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
Speaking of Billie Eilish, her song Bury a Friend is really interesting to listen to now being a Christian, and also with everything coming out, it really makes you look at the lyrics very differently. Today I'm thinking about the things that are deadly. The way I'm drinking you down, like I want to drown, like I want to end me.
Yeah, but Billie Eilish, she was a weird soul growing up. Like, sorry if I'm not the type of person y'all need reacting to this, but she was just always odd. You know, black eyes, weird hair. It was cool. It was cool. She like clinging to the 90s aesthetic and stuff, but a lot of her like what she used to do in the music videos was very like, all right, that energy. It's kind of odd, you know what I mean?
Bury a Friend, Try to Wake Up, Cannibal Class, Killing the Sun. It's probably something that shouldn't be said out loud. Honestly, I thought that I would be dead by now. The debt I owe, gotta sell my soul. Cause I can't say no, no I can't say no. Then my limbs all froze and my eyes won't close. Bury a Friend, Try to Wake Up, Cannibal Class, Killing the Sun. On top of the overwhelming evidence that Billie Eilish walks with the kingdom of darkness, these lyrics hit different now.
Like stuff like that was like, I thought the tears was hard. I ain't gonna lie, that was unique, incredible. But like, she was over here 16 doing that bullshit. She was 16 saying all that, doing all these Paranormal Activity music video type, singing weird ass lyrics. Like, that didn't really strike anybody to be like, you know, I don't want my kids, or why are we listening to this? But I mean, she's different now, right? She's like a 2000s rapper now.
Not to mention Killing the Sun, and we are just not supposed to make a biblical connection here. Let's also take a look at Katy Perry and her music video Bon Appetit. Katy Perry's video very deliberately shows her being wrapped, kneaded, cooked, plated, and served as food. Not to mention her overtly using demonic imagery in her music videos. And just based on everything we have dug up about Katy Perry on this channel, this connection wouldn't surprise me, but as always, this is alleged, but definitely interesting. She has claimed that this song is about female empowerment and sexual liberation, but knowing what we know now,
how the hell was that female empowerment? She was like an Egyptian, and then her body was cooked. She had ears on that plate eating herself, and then she was wrapped up being touched by baker's mans. Women empowerment.
it does make this video look rather
Cooking?
odd. Moving on to a
don't
song
know.
that a lot of people are talking about amidst these files. If you look at the newest comments underneath this video, which is crazy because this song came out years ago, but the song is by Kesha and it is called Cannibal. Take a listen to this. I eat boys up, breakfast and lunch. Then when I'm thirsty, I drink their blood. Carnivore, animal, I am a cannibal. I eat boys up, you better run. Your little heart goes pitter patter. I want your liver on a platter. Use your finger to stir my tea, and for dessert, I'll suck your teeth. Be too sweet and you'll be a goner. I'll pull a Jeffrey Dahmer. Like so many others, Kesha is no stranger to using occult symbolism in her music videos. They show you who they walk with and who is operating in their music. But the next one is someone who is not really surprising, but honestly, I didn't.
Damn, I thought Kesha was cool. Y'all remember that Victorious episode they was eating ice cream? Damn. They said Kesha's weird too. I thought she was cool. She was on that Victoria set. Damn. The Kesha concert.
Even think about this connection when I first saw this music video, but now I can't look at it the same. And the song is from Paint the Town Red. That was a really big song at the time, if you remember. But I never knew what this thing actually was in this music video, and I looked into it, and it's actually either a raw heart or an organ dripping blood. And the next scene that cuts from this scene is honestly starting to make a lot more sense, as we have a giant table of meat immediately cut to after this scene. And I find that odd because, again, Doja Cat is another person who has obvious involvement with the occult and demonic imagery. Next, we have the music video for Chandelier featuring Maddie Ziegler, and this one deeply unsettled me and something we can actually find within the files. Someone emailed Epstein talking about a Chandelier spoof of the Amazing Little Girl dance. Not to mention how in this video, she is obviously a young girl and she is wearing flesh-colored clothing. I still can't wrap my head around the fact that this goes on, and it really makes sense why we see a different side of God in the Old Testament, why we see an angry God. This is nothing new, and we are obviously coming full circle back to the garden. But let's also look at entertainment in general. You guys know the movie Sausage Party, obviously not an appropriate.
Tell me why. I was in school, right? My high school. We had one of the biggest games of our lives, going to playoffs. Our coach said, you guys got to be here together. We're not having nobody showing up late. See, y'all show up to this classroom. We're going to be here for 3 hours prior to the game. We're going to go down into the gym and start our process, our pregame routine. He decided to play Sausage Party before the game. Well, all of us. We all in there watching Sausage Party. He didn't know what it was. He was older. He playing Sausage Party. This weird ass music. It started playing. We like looking around like, what? What is this? We lost that game.
Movie to be watching. But before I became a Christian, I saw this movie and I was not even thinking twice about this scene.
Oops.
Yeah, that scene hits a little different now. Also, Lady Gaga, who we have talked a lot about on this channel, but have you ever seen the photo of her attending a party eating a cake that is designed to look like a human being? On top of her involvement with Marina Abramovic, who's also in the Epstein files. Yeah, nothing surprising there. And the very last thing, highlighting on cannibalism in itself, which again, I cannot believe that's even a thing, but here we are today in 2026. I cannot believe I never.
If you can get yourself to like, hey, yeah, just like not even like no freaky like, oh yeah, I want a private part cake. You know, girls be doing shit like that, weird shit like that, and we'll eat it all together, and the pictures will be like it's weird as hell, you know. But like saying I just want a generic, just a random, look like a dead body. I just want a body, human size, life size, real pigment, fondant, and all that cake. Give me that. For you to do that, yeah, you're on a different. Your mind's on a different.
Heard about this story until I researched for this video. That's regarding Amy Winehouse, which if you don't know who Amy Winehouse is, I am obviously getting old, but Amy Winehouse was an amazing singer, and she is also unfortunately a part of the 27 Club, which if you don't know what the 27 Club is, it's basically the very weird connection of how many artists have died at age 27, and the amount there is makes it hard to say it's coincidental, but this furthered the theory of ritualistic sacrifice when it comes to this, and it's regarding Amy Winehouse. In 2011, actor Neil Patrick Harris and his husband David Burtka hosted a Halloween.
He's gay? He's gay. This is probably the most shocking information I got from this video. I ain't gonna lie. I always knew something. Always knew he was kind of, you know, he kind of did look kind of, you know, I found out I was gay the other day. And I didn't know because I was young and I'm not on this side of like famous people. I don't know. I never knew his name. But that one dude from the Big Bang Theory, the autistic dude or something like that, he's gay. Got a husband and all. You know how I know? I was in Vegas. Couldn't sleep. A movie came up. I was watching like soapbox racing or whatever. It was cool. And then cut off. middle of the night. I see this guy. It shows like a little sneak peek or whatever. He was like having sex with another man. I said, "Yo, hold on." He was kissing him. I said, "Oh, yo, hold on." And when I see an actor kissing another guy for acting, I go into Google and I say, "Hey, is this person gay?" And it said, "Yes, he got married and some he's gay. He came out as gay." And I was like, "Oh, okay, you be gay." I was just surprised. I was just like, "Oh, interesting news."
Halloween party where they displayed a buffet platter designed to look like the corpse of singer Amy Winehouse. The item, which was labeled "the corpse of Amy Winehouse," featured various meats, including ribs and sausages, and appeared just 3 months after Winehouse's death. Now, I cannot show the cake, and yes, it's that bad that I cannot show the cake on YouTube. But
I'm about
knowing
to
what
search
we
it. I'm about to search. So I will say, I looked it up. I only saw from about the collarbone up. It looked fake, or maybe it's not the right picture. I've been seeing it. It had the same what she said and everything. I looked it up for like 10 minutes. So
know now, what an odd thing to do 3 months after a
that's probably the
27-year-old
weirdest
woman
part.
dies. But okay, I feel like we've tried to answer this question before on this channel, and that's why do they put this in front of our face anyways.
Attention, some crazy creeps on an island somewhere are secretly running the world.
We've tried to answer it, but I have not been satisfied with the answers that we've come across until I've been seeing a lot of videos on my feed regarding something called karmic law. Check this video out.
Have you ever wondered why all these actors and singers, why all these movies, especially ones that have had speculation around them for doing or being involved in heinous, dark things, namely people in the Epstein files, they're very obvious, forthcoming with what they're doing, what they're involved in, why sometimes they straight up tell you, or obviously and brashly use code words in front of America that are pretty obvious what they're talking about, like pizza, pasta, pizza parties, pizza boxes, why they straight up throw up the Illuminati sign, straight up tell you they stole their soul, straight up tell you they worship Satan. You would think if they're trying to dodge accountability, they would be more discreet about it. They wouldn't be as brash. The thing is, all these actors and singers, all these people in Hollywood, in the Epstein files, all these elites, they're all in the occult, where they practice very dark, very inhumane, very heinous, depraved things. In the occult, there is a law, a rule you have to follow. You have to disclose in one way or another what you're doing. That's their way of dodging karma, because technically they told you, they let you know. They are telling you. In those movies where what they're showing and what they're saying kind of raises an eyebrow, in Monsters, Inc., where the concept of the movie is monsters in an underground city terrorize kids and use their fear to power their city, it begs the question, like, how would someone think of that? How would someone...
Now that right there, I could have came up with. I have ideas and stuff like that, by like alone. I could be a director for a kids movie like that. That makes kids are scary. So this and you know what I mean? Like, there's a monster under my bed. There's a monster in my closet. We all went through that. So it's like that monster in your closet is really scary. You know what I mean? But like other things, and this is what I feel like. I feel like there's a few things. One of the things is in the beginning, right? When you're able to do something terrible, horrible, secretly or whatever, and put it in plain sight, you're almost like testing the waters to see if people are how they would react if they were to catch on. And if it's out there long enough and you see it from all around you, it's not as crazy as it would seem. Almost like more people should know about this. Yeah, I believe her about like maybe karmic law, like it could possibly due to like karma, so karma's not coming back on it because I told you. But another reason is like, imagine they're all in this thing and they have two audiences. They're making music videos for us. Katy Perry's making a music video for us, right? And it's like, dang, look at the production, look at this, look at this. And for the other audience, they're seeing it like, oh, Katy just dropped. Katy just dropped. Katy Perry, not KD, like the basketball player. I'm not talking about that. Katy just dropped. She just dropped. You saw her music video. She had all the stuff that just happened in our last Epstein Island endeavors. Or remember that one time a few years ago when that was supposed to be Jonathan. Oh, you see Kate? Remember? Yeah, because that one girl we was eating on, she was the one laying down like that. Remember the food? It's like, I feel like there's two audiences that they're trying to serve low key, like the public that doesn't know anything, but they have their conspiracies. And then they're also doing it because it draws, like they're doing it for the people, almost like I make a song and I have my own insights to it that my family would know. You know what I mean? Or I make a movie and there's symbolism, like I have my watch, it's my dad's watch, but y'all think it's just an old school watch. But I got my watch, something like this on it, and you can see that it's my dad's watch. I'm like, oh, Kester put the watch in. And I'm doing that every so often. Everybody in my family who say we're all movie directors, we all put in our sentimental thing with our dad or that passed away, or our cousin that passed away, or things that we've been through, our family reunions and our, you know what I'm saying? I feel like there's two audiences that they're trying to make something for, they're creating for, and I feel like the line gets blurred a little bit with people that are overzealous with what they're doing. Oh yeah, they eating bats up there. Yup, they eating bats and babies. And there's people that's like, nah, they're not doing any of that. That's just too crazy and far-fetched. You're not doing any of that. And that blurs the line so much to where low-key you can do it and no one's gonna question you, because you're crazy if one and you're crazy if the other. Literally, you're crazy if you think it, you're crazy if you don't think it. And it allows you to get past it. I feel like that's my take on it.
Think of a concept for a movie like that. They're telling you what they're up to.
Most of the world is just now discovering the horrific acts of child sacrifice, but not so long ago, certainly, you would have been called a tinfoil hat wearing conspiracist or a crazy Christian. But the truth is that Moloch and Baal still continue to be worshipped today right in front of our faces. And as the truth continues to be revealed, I am just sitting back and watching and waiting to see how many people truly run to Jesus. And I really believe that this is an appointed time, that God is exposing all of this stuff rapidly, because I think we're gonna see millions of people turn to Jesus. I really do believe we're coming close to Armageddon. So I want.
Only thing I would say is I feel like hasn't this always been a thing? Because you would think like, oh, all this conspiracy stuff is new, but like now like she said, there are a lot of people from the past. Like you could see conspiracy Reddit pages, like looks maxing is not a new thing. People think looks max. I remember when I was like 12 and saw looks maxing. I was like 12, 10 years old, and I remember seeing looks maxing on a computer. And I was like, what is looks maxing? And it was just like, it was some white people talking about this and that. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? I moved forward. And then 2015, 2016, I started seeing like, before it blew up even more, I'm like, this is something that's, you know what I mean? And then it blew up again in 2021, like the real looks maxers. But I feel like conspiracy stuff has been forever, right? We're just too young. We didn't really tap into that side. Well, at least for certain people like us. But hey, man, I enjoyed this video. That's a W video from her, man. W video. Let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comment section. Let me know if I'm tripping. Let me know what you guys think. Genuinely, I'm actually curious. Let me know what y'all want to see in the future. I love you to death, boy. I'm going to see you on the next one. I'm gone.